if she has one mark on her.
If you came in with one mark on you, we are going to then investigate.
Of course,
That's
of course.
it. And
The
so
law has set that as a standard.
That's
Yes.
how he went about it. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
not
it's
how he went
child
about
abuse.
it. There's
I'm
either a
saying that
mark.
it was not child
There's either a
abuse,
mark
and-
or there is not a mark.
Yeah.
That's
If
it.
that was
Period.
the case, Dr. Drew,
That's
then
it.
like a whole lot of our
Then all
parents
of us
would
would
have been arrested.
Exactly.
That's
Thank
correct.
you.
No, but
Thank you.
that is
correct.
I'm not
You didn't call.
listen, I'm not
Listen,
disagreeing with you. I'm
Shagun,
not disagreeing
the
with you.
laws have changed a lot
No,
as
I
we
understand.
modernize and come to
But Dr. Drew, I understand that 100%. I think what this lady is trying to get across is when you say intent, right? We're talking about abuse where the
Shagun,
intent is to
Shagun,
hurt
hold on.
and not
Yes.
and not to
We don't want to
discipline.
get bad.
Shagun.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got the difference between disciplining your child and abuse. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, a comment, and subscribe. In the Western culture, whipping your child is a form of abuse. Even if it's just you whipping your child merely because the child just will not listen to you, because the child is just very disobedient, the child is bad. If you put your hands on that child, it's considered abuse in America. Only in America. Only in America. Because I'm pretty sure if you go out to these other countries, especially these third world countries, they're going to be a lot closer to the traditional roots than we are. They don't play that shit over there. If you look at these Indian kids, you look at some of these Asian kids, you look at these kids that are in these foreign countries, respect to parents is a priority. It's almost damn near a #1 rule. You have to respect your parents. It even tells you that in the Bible. Honor your mother and father. And that's in the Western society, it seems like that don't even fucking exist. It seems like that doesn't exist. And parents are partially to blame. Parents are partially to blame for that. Parents are partially to blame, but it's the government. The same person who said it's okay to whoop a slave into submission because he ain't want to pick no cotton are the same people who are saying it's not okay to whip your child. It's making no sense. It's making no sense. Like children today aren't bad as hell. Like children don't come out the womb ready to mess some shit up. Kids don't know any better. So what you have to do, you have to correct them. Telling Tommy to go to the wall or taking his electronics away ain't going to be good enough. Only in the Western society do I see grandparents raising their grandkids. Not spoiling, but raising. Well, KB, what you mean by that? Shit, my grandparents raised me. Well, that says a lot about your parents. Your parents are supposed to raise you. Your grandparents are supposed to spoil you. And like I said, too many times do we see parents not in the best position, so they give the kids up to the grandparents. So now not only the grandparents have to raise their kids, their own kids, now they gotta raise their kids' kids. And like I said, it's only in this generation is it happening. It's only in this generation it's happening. Only in this generation, my generation. And it's like, when are we gonna understand that a parent is a determining factor on whether your kid is successful in life or a delinquent in life? And that's what this video is going to talk about, man. And like I said, I'm going into this video with a blind eye. All I know is they're about to talk about disciplining kids, and like I said, only in Western society is whooping your kid abuse, and that's bad. That is bad. That is bad. Because now because once again, we have feminists taking away traditional roles. We don't want women to be traditional. Now you're trying to tell parents how to govern their kids. Some kids need their ass whipped, period. Some kids need their ass whipped. It's been like that for the longest. And I got hella stories. But let's go ahead and jump into this video, man.
I think we're confusing child abuse with discipline. There is a huge difference. I think what you're talking about as a social worker and what you're talking about, the 700,000 children that are abused.
Wait. You don't define that.
These
two guys
No.
Well, let's talk about it. How's it defined?
How is it defined?
Whoa.
That's something
How
we
do you
should
define
clarify.
it? So you do social work evaluations. How would you know a child is being abused?
Well, it's by intent of the parent, by the
a mark.
A mark on the body.
Of course,
Any mark. I guarantee you that kid has marks on him.
Was this child bleeding?
Okay, I mean, let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. We got welts. We got welts. That's what they're talking about on Mark. We have welts. If that's what they're talking about, dog, that's considered abuse. So when we got our ass whooped, them welts that we had on our ass, that will get your parents locked up because that's considered abuse.
Oh,
These are the questions that
I
we
guarantee
need.
you that kid,
That's what
company
we
not
child
being
as
bruised
as well, but also with child abuse, these children who are suffering from child abuse, they're getting whippings for drinking, for peeing on themselves when they're 2 years old.
Now you're talking about.
They're abused.
Listen,
It depends
now
on what
you're
you're getting
talking about.
disciplined
No,
for.
it doesn't
It
depend.
definitely, for
No,
sure. As someone that was disciplined like that,
hold on.
that's
Mr.
exactly
Social
what it
worker,
means.
does it matter what they're being disciplined for?
It doesn't
Absolutely
matter.
it
Miss
does.
Attorney,
It
Harvard Law
absolutely does. It absolutely
Are you a social worker?
I am not a
Are you
social
a
worker.
lawyer?
Okay. The white guy's doing a little too much. Let the sister talk, man. The white guy's doing far too much. Let the sister talk. Let the sister talk. And just because he's a social worker, dog, you have scientists. We're literally having people out here saying that there's more than 2 genders. We all know that to be not true. There's not more than 2 genders. For at least for human beings, at least. I don't know about insects. I don't know about animals, but for human beings, there's only 2 genders, male and female. But guess what? Everybody and their mama sitting there saying, well, guess what? They're scientists. So that means you're automatically right. No, cut that out. Just because they're social workers or whatever the hell doesn't mean that they're freaking right about this shit. Well, hey, you know what I'm saying? The kid got a well on his back. He needs to go ahead, the parents need to go ahead and get locked up. What is the reason why he got his ass whooped? Oh, well, shit. They're not even going to ask that. They're going to go ahead and lock her ass up. And then they're going to ask the question. Cinnamon Chain, so why'd you whoop your kid? I whooped my kid because he went down the street and he shot somebody's dog. That's why I whooped him. You can't do that. Why you whoop your kid? I told Johnny to stop jumping on the damn bed. He decided to jump off the damn bed and hurt his little brother. Now his little brother has a broken finger at the age of 2 years of age. But you still can't whoop him.
Are you a lawyer? Are you a lawyer?
I am a child.
Okay, I've got a social worker and a lawyer here.
It doesn't matter what the occupation is. It
Yes,
doesn't
it
matter.
does. They set
I am
the
a child
laws.
that has been.
If she comes in and she has one mark on
If you
her,
came in with one mark on you, we are going to then investigate.
Of course.
it. And
the
so it's
law
not
has
gonna
set
be-
that as a standard.
That
Yes.
how he went about it. I'm
No,
just saying
not how
it's
you went
child
about
abuse.
it. There's
I'm
either a
saying that
mark.
it was not child
There's either a
abuse,
mark
and-
or there is not a mark.
Yeah.
That's
If
it.
that was the
Period.
case, Dr. Drew,
That's
then,
it.
like a whole lot of our
Then all
parents.
My fault. So they're pretty much drawing a line at where the mark is. So once again, if the kid has a mark on his body, it's automatically getting investigated, which is ridiculous. Which is ridiculous. Once again, the kid could be out here playing, get scraped up. You gonna go ahead and goddamn freaking call the cops on that? You gonna call CIS for that? Child CPS for that? Child Protective Services? You gonna call them for that? Like I said, bro, society's man is terrible, dude. You can't even discipline your kids anymore, man. You can't even discipline your kids anymore. This is why I'm making this video right now, because you got to shed some light on this shit. I don't see anybody shedding light on how kids should be disciplined, and this also goes into the fact with being a stepfather. This plays deeply in being a stepfather. Once again, you can't discipline your kids, right? You can't discipline no kid or whatever. But then when you do decide to discipline them, you gotta worry about the government, and you gotta worry about somebody else. You gotta worry about that kid's real father and his people getting on your ass, because that's not your son. That's not your son at the end of the day. His mama gonna get on hers, or his mama gonna get on your ass, and his or hers dad gonna get on your ass. And then you got the government on top of that.
Would have been arrested.
Exactly.
That's
Thank
correct.
you.
But
Thank
that's
you.
correct. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing
the
with you.
laws have changed a lot
No,
as
I
we
understand.
modernize and come down.
But Dr. Drew, I understand that 100%. I think what this lady is trying to get across is when you say intent, right? We're talking about abuse where the
Shagun,
intent is to
Shagun,
hurt
hold on.
and
Shagun.
not to
We don't want to
discipline.
give bad
Shagun,
information.
please listen to me when I
We do
speak.
not want to give
Intent,
bad-
does intent have anything to
We're
do with
bashing this man,
Nothing to do
who
with
did
it.
that.
No,
Yes,
we're
he went
not.
about it the wrong way. Yes, no one should take someone else's child. I don't even beat my niece and nephew. But all I'm saying is,
someone else
you
would.
know, I wouldn't even do that.
Someone
I
else's
personally,
family
no,
member.
but
So wait,
his
so you were
intention
abused.
was very right.
So you were abused.
I was never abused.
Okay, you were never abused.
Was I whipped? Of course.
Was there a
absolutely.
mark?
Yeah.
Okay, you were abused. That's it. By
No, I was
definition.
not abused.
Then
I
you
was
don't
not-
get to define
Don't put that on top public
You don't get to
television. You
define
cannot.
that.
You cannot
By the
nationally
state.
say that I was
By
abused
the
on
state.
national
Wait,
television.
hang on. Social, the attorney, the
Absolutely
law.
not.
Let's say, what would the law say if there was a mark on her?
You were
That's fine.
Yeah, he gotta go, man. He's a bad hostess, bro. He's really fucking piss poor ass hostess, man. Let the woman talk, and then he done sat up here and said, "Was there a mark on your body?" Yes. By definition, They're talking about, by definition, once again, of America, that's considered abuse. He's right. He's right, but let the woman speak. Let the woman talk, man, so she can explain what she got to fucking explain. I can't even hear what she got to say because the goddamn dude keep talking. The dude keep talking. He ain't even understand what she's trying to say. And you know what? And the fact is, right, and I'm starting to come to the conclusion that he understands where she's trying to go with it, but he's not trying to let it get there because he knows it's going to make his whole argument void, invalid. I'm pretty sure what she's trying to say is all about the intentions, bro. If he's going out here slapping kids, beating the crap out of kids, shooting shit up, lighting shit up, and just being a freaking badass child, you're not, as a parent, you're not going to sit there and just let it continue to happen. Talking to your kid ain't gonna work. If you look at all these damn white school shooters, man, I'm pretty sure they had all the whooping, not all the whippings, but all the talkings, all the stop, Tommy, give me your electronics. They got all of that just for them to turn around and go ahead and light up a damn school. That's what she's trying to say. It's all about the intentions. Just let the woman talk, man.
Fine, the state says a lot of things that are wrong.
I know,
so I'm not even concerned about that.
But we're saying
I'm not even concerned about that. That's besides the point. That is absolutely beside the point.
What we're just trying to do is, in this particular case, of course, as a black man, I'm telling you that I agree that there's a lot of things that the law gets wrong. But in this particular case, this was a stranger that hit and marked up this little boy. That if I was to see this, my first job would be to report and figure out what's going on in his house. And that's all we're saying.
We're blowing this story up, but at the end of the day, this child, his life could have been saved by this act.
But we don't know that. We're making a generalization. Because what happens,
his mother is even saying this. This is what his mother is getting at.
No, but his mother also said that he...
My only thing is the fact that he's sitting on here saying you don't know that. How do you know what the guy's intentions is? So why is it you're automatically just gonna go straight to it's abuse? Oh, he don't know what he's doing. What is the kid doing? What made the stranger go out his way to whoop up on a kid? Because are we gonna sit up here and act like kids don't go up here and go disrespect elders and people out here on the street?
When a teacher says something, she's the boss of you and you
shut up! Give me a turn to speak! Fine, see? You do that to me. How does it feel? How does it feel to be told to shut up?
We've talked about it.
Let me speak. How does that feel? How does that feel?
Do not put your hands on me. Do you understand me?
Do you understand me?
No, I asked you a question.
You know what? Shut up!
Only in America, you can't go up and whoop that kid. You can't do that. It's going to be considered abuse. Especially it's going to be considered assault too. Like, these kids don't need their ass. These kids need their ass beat.
His mother also said that she abused him, said she whooped him, and at no point did he stop that behavior. She just said to me that she sent him to different programs where he fought, she would give him a whooping.
The child needs a pair of jeans. Obviously, that's what he wants.
Well, no.
So maybe we should all
what the child needs is love and support, and it's not in the form of abuse. That's what he needs right now.
All your training as a social worker, it doesn't.
He's saying that the child needs some form of love and whatever. Is that not what he's getting? And then here's another thing, right? You're sitting over here saying, well, you know what I'm saying? She's taking him here, she's taking him here, he's taking him here, and he still continue to do the exact same thing. Obviously, a father is lacking in that household. Obviously, we gotta understand that father is lacking in that household. That father's lacking in that household. But I'm gonna tell you a story though. After this.
No, you have no business having an opinion. Even though you're licensed by the state, even though you're working the state system. I want to talk to the mom.
You know, he's saying, man, look, the kid is being put in all these different places. The kid getting put here, I whoop him, nothing happening. The kid's getting put here, I whoop him, nothing happening. Number one, you're too late. You have to start disciplining your kid at a very, 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 very young age. Once your kid gets maybe about 4, 5, 6 years of age and you just now starting to discipline them, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And obviously, see, as a social worker, that's something that you should know. The first thing that should pop up in your mind if a kid is out here acting up and his parents is whooping him and still ain't working, there's not a father in the household. That's number one. And number two, you had to start disciplining your kid late. You were disciplining your kid late. My dad owns a daycare. Had numerous of kids. Yeah, I'm talking about numerous of black kids because it was predominantly black. It was predominantly black, and it was a lot of ghetto black kids. I'm just keep honest with you. It was a lot of big ghetto black kids. Mind you, I'm in elementary school, so this is like early 2000s. I'm talking about early 2000s, right? You had a lot of kids his business was for parents who weren't able to afford these high-priced ass child daycares like Children Lighthouse and shit, where you got to pay $500 a week. My dad's shit is nowhere near that, right? Kids go there. Mind you, these parents don't have much. These parents don't have much. So that's what my dad built the business for, because he understands how hard it is for a black mother to take care of kids or parents who are unfinancially stable. So you're gonna have a bunch of damn kids, man, who is fucked up in all types of goddamn ways. I'm gonna just be honest with you, right? So you had these two little light-skinned boys, and it seems like it's only light-skinned kids that when they're little, but they in all types of shit. It seems like it's only light-skinned kids, but hey, that's only me, because that's what I saw. But two of these kids didn't have fathers. One kid, right? The mother, she's a single mother. And like I said, I remember this kid. I went to daycare with him. He used to come to my house sometimes. The kid was so bad. The kid was so bad that the mother, she started to break down crying. She couldn't do shit with this damn kid. She would whoop this kid, nothing would happen. She would sit over here and try to get this kid in the best position. He just did not want it to happen. Got so much so to the point where she just came to my dad and started to bust down crying. She's like, man, there's nothing that I can do. I done tried everything, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm talking about she pleading for help, man. She pleading for help. Mind you, my dad is a strict man. He went to the military. He grew up on a farm. So strict that his parents, his schedule was to wake up in the AM, 6 o'clock, go to the field, I believe, tend the field, then go to school. And you're talking about the 1960s, 1970s. Go to school, he goes home, take a shower, then goes to school, comes back from school, has to go home, then has to attend to the field some more, then go do some schoolwork, and then pretty much start the damn day all over again. He did that for almost 18 years of his life. He wasn't allowed to play any sports. So he had very strict parents, was not even allowed to play sports. So the way my dad thinks, he thinks with a very strict mindset. So much so his parents were so strict that his dad, right? I don't think I could have lived with my granddad at that time. But his dad, my granddad, and sat over here and told because I guess my dad, one of his friends ended up having to go back to summer school. So my dad told him, and he said, man, look, summer school are for kids who didn't get the work done during school, when school was in. He said, I promise you, if your ass go to summer school, you're gonna wish your ass was never born. I'm talking about he threatened to kill him and all that shit. But you look at the type of man that he is today, because when the mother decided to whoop him, or when the father decided to whoop him, mom went to the other room. But that's neither here nor there, right? I'm just trying to tell you how strict he is, right? And how strict his background is. So he said, you know what? Hey, look, let me have your son for the weekend. Just let me have your son for the weekend. I bet you he'll come back a different person, right? She said, man, do whatever the fuck you want to do. She said, I don't care what you did, just do it. Right? Of course, it wasn't going to be no abuse. Wake up in the AM. Right? He comes home with me, right? So, I'm sitting here thinking like, hey, but we got to have some fun. Man, I wake up in the middle of the night, getting his ass spanked. Wake up the next day, getting his ass spanked. In the morning, I'm like, me and my brother poking our head outside the damn door, like, god damn, like, he getting his ass whooped. Like I said, it happened throughout the whole weekend. Like, he wasn't getting whooped. Like, he was getting whooped every day, but was he getting whooped every second of the day? Nah. He'll get whooped like, well, let me see. He got whooped that Friday night. I believe he got whooped that Saturday morning. And then he got whooped that Sunday morning, I believe. Probably about like a week or two later, she came back to him. She said, I just want to know what you did to that kid, because I haven't had no problems out of him. All I have to do is say your name, and he acts right. Because he had a father figure. That, in a sense, was a father figure. He needed that. Now the guy's 27 years old. I don't know where he at. I don't know what he's doing now. But long story short, he needed an ass whooping from a man. He needed a man in his damn life. He needed a man in his life. Had no problems. Another kid, you see, was bad as shit. No matter how many whoopings you gave that man, there's nothing that you could do. Dad got involved. My dad changed so many parents' lives when it came down to these kids, bro. All they do is thank you. What can I do? What can I do for you? Oh, shoot, this, that. Because, once again, these kids lacked fathers in their lives. And they needed that discipline. You get discipline from your mama, you really ain't, unless she jump on you early. She was a single mother early at a very, very young age. When you were like, what, a toddler or some shit? When she got on you, disciplined you right then and there, then that kid really wouldn't have too much of a problem. But if you wait, that's where you're gonna have your problems. If you wait, that's where you're gonna have your problems. And like I said, bro, people fail to realize that parenting is your number one. You have to discipline your children. You have to discipline your children, man. You have to discipline your children. Like that guy said, this lady is bringing the kid in and out of these damn daycares, and all he doing is fighting this and that, and I whoop him, and this and that. He needs some love and care. That shit ain't gonna work, man. That shit ain't gonna work, bro. I'm telling you, this shit ain't gonna work. If a kid see a weakness in you, they're going to exploit that shit. I'm telling you, I know firsthand how it is when parents don't get along. When pretty much parents are split. Let's just say you have your father whooping your kid. Then you have your mother who don't appreciate that shit. They start butting heads. Then your kid is going to pick, I'm gonna go the easier route. What kid you know? Everybody show of hands. Show of hands right now. When you got your ass whooped, did you enjoy that shit? Did you love your parents any more when they whooped your ass right then and there? No, you didn't. You probably hated them some more. But once you get older, then you be like, you know what? I'm glad my damn parents did whoop me. Because I got whoopings like a when I was little. I ain't even gonna lie to you. My brother got it the worst, but I got whoopings like a hated my dad every time he did that shit. But after every damn day, of course, you know what I'm saying? He was still a father at the end of the day. So I could differentiate when, you know what I'm saying, it's just him whooping me versus love. Like I can tell. Well, I ain't gonna say I can tell because once again I'm still young. But as I got older, I said, you know what? That was just out of love, trying to correct me. But now, once again, the government, we got idiotic like this. Those 3 people that was on the damn stage, who's saying if you whoop your kid, that's bad. Like, dude, it's not bad, man. It's not bad. Once again, if your parents are not on the same page, your kid is going to pick the weakest one, and that will more than likely be your mother. If your mother's sitting over here saying, man, shit, hey, I don't want you whooping my kid, and y'all arguing about that every time, your kid is gonna go straight to the woman every time. He's gonna go to the path of least resistance. This is why it's very important for you black women. I'm gonna call you black women. Man, I take that back. For you women, for you Western women, it is very important to have a father in your life, to have a father in the kid's life. It is very important to have a father in a kid's life to avoid situations like this, to avoid kids being delinquents, to avoid kids being murderers, rapists, robbers, and all this shit. Gotta think, man. You got to freaking think. Disciplining is not abuse. Disciplining your kid is not abuse. That's showing your kid love. Not allowing your kid to go out here and go slap Margaret and then come running around here and light up shit and you just simply saying, give me your damn phone. That's not love. That's not love. That's bad parenting. That's bad parenting. That is bad parenting. And then once again, the stranger whooping the kid. Y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all heard her saying it takes a village to raise a kid or some shit like that. Look, man, hey, you're gonna have these kids out here acting up. Back in the old days, your kid act up. I believe it was okay for somebody to whip your kid that was a stranger that you didn't know. It was okay to whip your kid because the kid thinking just because she's not with the parents, they can act however. And you got elders like, nah, we about to cut that shit out. So, man, look, do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe.